welcome back to my channel. My name's Alina, and today I've got some plants that really need a repot, and they've made an appearance in a previous video and I got a bit of slack for not repotting them, and I just kept forgetting to buy a pot. Okay, so it's okay. I finally brought some pots, and like these are big pots, so they need it. And then also I've got some plants that I want to put on a moss pole, so I'm gonna make some moss poles. Let's do some repotting. Let's talk about moss poles at the same time. I use three different types of moss poles, just kind of seeing how each plant takes to the moss pole. Some like the ones that they are on and some don't. But yeah, so let's do that. So I've got some moss soaking up water here. This is the New Zealand moss that comes dry, so I'm gonna let that soak for a bit whilst we do the potting first. First thing I really need to repot, and this is the one I've got the most slack for, is my philodendron bell Max Fantasy, variegated bell marks basically. And this guy has grown his roots so much, he is splitting this pot. Look at all these forbidden noodles. He is, I don't know how I'm going to get this out, but this one I use a D-shaped moss pole. There is moss mixed in with bark, there's some perlite in here, and he is just like loving this moss pole. As you can see, it is just grown like crazy, and I could probably like cut this bit off and it'd be a whole plant established already. And he's going crazy, and he just needs a bigger pole to enjoy life a little bit better. So I'm not kind of sure how I'm going to tackle it. So this is happening. I'm just going to go with it. We're going with it. He's pretty heavy. As I bottle feed, sounds like a baby, but I bottle feed these D-shaped moss poles and all my moss poles with a bottle of water turned upside down, so sat on top, once a week. And if I remember, I put food in it, fertilizer as well. If I don't, it's not a big deal, but I try to put moss in it, not moss, fertilizer. But anyway, repotting this first, and we took more moss poles later on. How am I gonna get him out through this hole? He's like really, can't really turn it over. Really got himself in this pot. Oh, there we go. Now that wasn't too bad. So just gonna kind of tease his roots out. So I have got him a meaty pot. Might be a bit too big for it, but to be fair, I think he will love it. So look at those noodles. This is his new pot. It's huge. What I do like about repotting is that now I need to go decorative pot shopping, and that is like my second most favourite thing after plants, is having pots. Don't know if anyone else feels the same. It's kind of funny, I got everything stashed under this table and I feel like Blue Peter. Like, ooh, let me just pull out this compost. Ooh, here's one I made earlier. Look at that. I'm so prepared today. Holes aren't really big. I don't like how little drainage holes this has now looking at it. They're kind of quite small, so I might just make that a bit better. Do try this at home. Don't be an idiot like me. If it wasn't to have a moss, right, hold up. let me think. If it didn't have a moss pole, I probably wouldn't be as worried. Or would I? No, I think I would. These are quite small. Right. Okay. I made the holes bigger. It's not that much bigger, but it's something. It will help. Oh! I'm going to put some humus at the bottom. Just because with the moss pole they get heavy and I feel like it needs some help with weight at the bottom. So I'm going to put some compost in as well. Ooh, everything's happening. Right, this is my compost mix. It has it's mainly made of cocoa coir. It's got perlite, it's got humus, it's got cocoa husk, it's got some bark in there, it's got rice hulls, it's got everything in there. I have a lot of aeroids, so it's great to just have an airy mix, but this mix has worked well for me. It is always, my plants seem to love it. There's worm casters in here as well, I should say, some natural fertilizer. And I always kind of do a squeeze test, and if oh sorry, funny elbow, if I squeeze it and let go, it kind of just falls off. That's how I know that my mix is gonna have good air circulation. If I squeeze my mix and it stays together, then I know that it's gonna retain a lot more water, and it's not going to be good. So I'm just going to fill some of that up now. And I scoop in there. Good boy. Now I kind of want to use some of this compost again, only because I've put some mighty mites in there. I don't want to have to like lose what is in this compost protecting this plant. So I'm just going to use this like as much as that. Like this. Squish it down. I'm going to use my fingers to kind of help the soil get in there between the roots and kind of help it stabilize. You might need a bamboo stick at this point as well to help it stay up. It's kind of staying up on his own now, but I will put a bamboo cane in there just to support him. He's pretty much, it wobs. Fill it up a little bit more. Right, I would think that's him done. He loves this moss pole, like he's going crazy. He's creating so many aerial roots and anchoring himself to the moss pole. Like, this is working so well. I don't think I've had this much success with a moss pole ever. It's just so cool. I think it's really, really interesting to like see the roots in the pole as well. And as always, I will water this guy after a repot. Always water your plants after a repot. Important. So the other guy who's desperate for a repot is my painted lady, and I only noticed this the other day. Look at these noodles attached to leca, only because there's leca in the pot to stop the pot staying in water. So this painted lady's on a cocoa coir moss pole. This one really likes this pole. The philodendron would love a demoss pole or a normal moss pole, but I think for the structure of this philo, I wanted it on a cocoa core just because he's a bit more clunky and chunkier, but he's really liking it. If I move that, maybe I show it that way. He's got roots attached onto this. He's loving it. He's growing really well. So again, he's going to get a mega pot just because I know that it will grow into it quite fast. Save me repotting it for another year. Cut the holes. Leave in again. It's showered off. Yeah, so I need to put some in. Always secure. I think that's all good. That's all done. So again, I will water it when I finish this video. Oh, hello. So I've got this Atabata Wednesday. That's how I break it down so I can say it. Atabata Wednesday. It's a bit of a tongue twister actually. I want him on a moss pole, and I think I'm going to do the same thing as the painted lady and put it on a cocoa core moss pole. Just given the structure of how he is, I don't think he's going to need an actual moss, like a proper moss pole, but I just want to see how he goes with a cocoa core moss pole. If he doesn't start to grow well against one of them, then maybe I will give it a normal moss pole, or maybe I will give it a moss pole. I don't know. Actually, let me put that aside. I'm going to have a little think what I want to do. But yeah, so you got your cocoa core moss poles. This plant totally didn't die, but so you got your normal cocoa core moss poles. Got a D-shaped moss pole, one I made earlier. You just got your classic moss pole, which is what I make with chicken wire. These D-shaped moss poles are made from a bit of acetate or just any kind of clear see-through plastic. You can probably use black PVC or something, just something flexible enough to bend it. And then there's hole punches made on the side, and then cutting a bit of chicken wire to the size, like the thickness you want, and then tying it up with some wire. They're really simple and easy to make. I think I don't actually have any acetate left, so I can't make one, but at least here you can see it without anything in. It's so simple and easy. With the D shapes, they're really good to like mix the stuff up that you put inside. So like I said, with my bull marks, I put a bit of orchid bark in there, perlite, pumice, and I think they're really good. I think they're really cool. I really like looking at the roots in the pole as well. But anyway, I'm going to the plants I want to put on a moss pole is the philodendron sodri. I've got this philodendron majestic as well to go on a moss pole. They kind of look similar. Yeah, so I want him on a moss pole too to help with his growth. I think he could really do with it. He's a bit spindly at the minute, and I think with a moss pole he might grow way better. You need chicken wire. I'm only going to make little ones because they're only tiny things, and then I can extend it at some point. So I might cut it a bit too thick, but I quite like to overlap it. But the kind of thicker-ish the moss pole, the more likely it's going to stay moist for longer. Okay, moss, how are you getting on? Have you soaked up the water yet? I think you have. Yeah, when moss is really dry, it repels water rather than absorb water. So again, with the bottle watering, I find it works really well just because of it only giving out water when the moss is starting to absorb it, and you're not just like spraying your moss poles and nothing is happening. Where did I get the moss from? I got it from, it's like no one's asking me these questions, but I feel like maybe you might want to know. I got my moss from the Spagman shop. Again, not sponsored, but Spagman shop is great for moss. Hence the name is just the Spagman shop. So you can bulk buy there as well. If you need loads, you can buy loads. I'm not going to fill this all the way to the top, only just because it doesn't need it, for one, and it kind of acts like a support for the bottle when I pop the bottle in as well. You know, it helps when it gets to a big enough state to extend it, and I can add more as it grows. So I'm going to go for about that. I've left a bit at the bottom because I want to plant it. To make it stable, it's got to be planted in the pot. So I'm gonna, I feel like that might be enough. Let's give it a little roll. Nice. Squeeze it up. Yeah, that feels good. I'm gonna zip tie it. I'm doing it. I'm closing the deal. There we go. Look at that. Just gonna stuff it. It's hard. I'll just try and stuff somewhere in the top. That's done. Now we could get little saw dry. Yeah, how long is he getting on? I not long put him in this pot, to be honest. I don't want to disturb him too much, but I want him on a pole more. So I'm going to attach him to the pole first before planting it in. I'm using Velcro tape. Love Velcro tape. Attach this stalk. This stalk is the one that's growing to the pole. There. Ooh, I'm going to make sure that he's in the right place, so when I plant it, it's going to be underneath the root. And I won't put him in that pot, I'll put him in a slightly bigger one, like this one. And I can put that in there. Okay, I think he's in. He's stable. Looks good to me. I'm gonna have to find a new pot for a home. And yeah, cool. He's on a pole. So that's one on a pole. Lush. Whoop. Okay, more moss, please. Squeeze this water out like. Look at that. And keep this end neat. Tuck it in. Tuck and roll. Come on. Get in. That is solid. That is a solid moss pole right there. Come here, little majestic. You little majestic man. Cute. Oh, he's so cute. Velcro him up now. So he's now on the pole. Voila, like that. I think he's in. He's in. He's stable. And he looks good. Damn! Damn, boy! Hopefully, what was happening there? Fingers crossed, he grows some aerial roots and really grows into the moss pole. Then he will get big, and then I'll be really happy. I think I'm just gonna pop him on a normal pole, just because I think he'll like it. Oh, what am I doing? Not following my own rules. That's what I'm doing. Such a rule breaker. Right. So he can go on there. He's gonna go in there. Like so. Use the rest of that compost. Only because I know I repotted it not that long ago. I don't want to waste too much, to be honest. That one was quick. Yeah. Now he's on a pole. So moss poles, cocoa poles, said that the wrong way around. D-shaped poles, all really handy, all really good. Let me know what one's your favourite and what you use, and whether you want to try out the D-shaped moss pole. I would recommend it, it's really cool. But yeah, so all of that is done. A messy job, but that's all part of being a plant parent, isn't it? But yeah, that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching and making a mess and a fool of myself as usual. And yeah, I'll update you guys on the different moss poles, how they're all getting on, and I'll catch you next time in the next video. Alright, goodbye lovers, and I'll see you soon.